Hello, this is Ryan from Website Islands, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to add a property to a Joomla website using K2 as your management. In Joomla there's the typical article manager. However, with the installed component of K2 we have a little bit more functionality that can give us a little more control over the way our articles are going to look. So K2 items, very similar to Joomla articles. In this case, items, articles, and properties are all going to mean the same thing since we're dealing with a real estate website. So if we were to go to K2 items, in this case I've already sorted the category. I want to add an item or a property to the 5-bedroom pool homes category. So as you can see, we've already have 2 properties published in that category, and once we've selected that category, you don't have to do that. You can just leave it on the general select category, but once you do that, when you click on new, let's say you're creating a lot of them, that comes in handy. It'll automatically populate the category for you, the one that you've accessed. So the first thing that we'll do is add the title. In this case, property number 130. We could extend that title and make it property 130, 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom if we wanted to, but in this case, I'll be adding the 6-bedroom and clicking enter, and then I'm going to type in 4-bathroom and click enter, and those are going to be tags, which will be searchable from a tag cloud or searchable from the search bar in the front end of the website. Okay, so the next thing I like to do is add the city, Davenport, as a tag, and Florida as a tag. You might add pool or some other popular amenities. In this site, I think all the houses have pools, so I haven't been adding pool there. Although you could list additional amenities there if you wanted them to be searchable. Okay. Actually, any of this text will be searchable, so as long as the word pool is mentioned here, that'll also be searchable, but searchable by tag is what I meant there. Okay, so I've copied and pasted the description into the HTML editor, and you can add images in here if you wanted to, or this is just like what you see is what you get editor, and you can actually do a lot of HTML tricks with this if you wanted to make it more fancy. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add an image, and from my home. Okay, and I've selected number 1 JPEG, and that's the first image, and I've already copied the images from this website onto my home folder. Now I want to add an image gallery, so I've created a zip folder on my home computer. Here you can see I've created a folder named 130 after the property and placed it inside and basically using a free program like 7-zip or a paid program like WinRare or WinZip, you can archive all of these folders into a zip file and then select it, and with the I've installed K2 doesn't have this by default, but they have a plugin for Joomla Works Simple Image Gallery, which I've installed that software as well, so this is functioning. This wouldn't function on a default K2 installation. You'd have to pay additional money for that software. But this is working here, and all we have to do is enter it there. And later on, when I'm done and I click save, that gallery will automatically populate here. So media, if I wanted to add a video here, I could, and I'll show you where that goes later, but I've actually put it somewhere else, so I am adding a video, but I'm not going to add it in this section. Okay, extra fields is where all the property itemized data is located. So there's some default information that I've inserted just to remind you just the general format, but you would just update this with the correct information: 6 bedroom, 4 bathroom. I'm not sure how many people it sleeps. I'm going to assume with 6 bedrooms, at least 14. Um, the 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 availability is where your calendar is, and I'll show you how to work that later. But when you're first creating a property, it's set to default 000, which you definitely don't want that there. You need to enter in the property number, and if you have duplicate property numbers, like if these are based on addresses, you might need to make them a little bit more unique in order for these calendars to work, because you definitely don't want double blackout dates. When you're basically, whatever dates you black out, we're going to black out for that property number. So I've assigned, and you could create unique, even though your titles can all be the same, like property 130, and you can have two property 130s if you wanted to. Um, uh, Here, at least in this software, you can call it 130A and 130B, and that'll at least give you two separate availability calendars for the two separate properties. Okay, so I'm going to add the rates. Let me just look those up real quick. So here we have 130. This is going to be the I'll show you where that goes. So then I have a more the low season, the mid season, 185, and I'll show you where all this goes in the front end. Now I've installed a default map just for the Orlando area in general. It's not specifically honed in on a specific property or city, and frankly speaking, I don't think that the map um, the map here is too good. And if I really wanted a real map, I would use a separate software called Contact Enhanced and do a directions map with contact form at the bottom of this form, which I haven't installed that, and I'm not done building the site, so maybe I will. But just to show you how the articles work, I want to create this video just to show you how to upload a property. The um, the 360 video tour, we can get to that if we click on the YouTube video. Once you know your YouTube video link, click share, click embed, set the custom video size to 550, which is the desktop view, and for all other smaller views, it will automatically shrink down to size. So we just use 550 wide for now. Now, what I'm doing here is I don't want uh, the related videos to show up at the end of the 360 tour. So I'm just going to add a little trick here. At the end of the video uh, number, it's really easy to identify where that ends because it's always youtube.com embed and then like a series of like 16 alphanumeric digits. And then, so right here is where we're going to insert it after the S. We're just going to enter question mark REL for related videos, just to REL equals 0. And that's saying no related videos. So I'm going to, I think you have that somewhere here as the administrator in YouTube. You can also turn off related videos for all your videos. But if you hadn't done that, I'm able to do it just by entering that little bit of code here. And that's about it for adding a property. Just save and close, and then we'll go to the front end of the site and take a look at that. And just a second. Okay, so here on the front of the site is that property that I just created, and you'll see that I did have a duplicate entry for the starting price because the first one is going to show up here starting at 1:30 at night, and then once you click on the property number, you'll get to the more details and the larger view of all the images. I like the first, if I'm creating a new property, I like to at least give it one vote of a 5-star. and then I would just let nature take its course there, or not. You definitely, if you're promoting these properties, you don't want them to be having poor reviews, but that might be a good way to get feedback and make improvements too. So that any of these features can be turned off, the stars, the print, email, comments. We don't have to allow any of that. All of these can be changed. These are the fields that we entered in the background with the location, the bedrooms, bathroom, how many people does it sleep. Here's where that calendar looks like once we've installed the code. And I'll show you how to edit that in a minute if you wanted to create some blockout dates. But that's what the calendar is going to look like by default. If you haven't added any blockout dates, it's just pure open. So you don't have to do any. You don't have to create the calendar. You just have to give it a unique name, and it's automatically going to be there without any blackout dates. And what'll happen is you'll start creating the blackout dates for that calendar, and those will be propagated. So it's really easy to install a calendar on each site. Um, the minimum stay, I just put it as default one night. You can edit that if you need to. You can completely remove that if you want. I've added the seasonal rates underneath here, and I wanted to make sure the video tour was relatively close to the top, so I put that here. Instead of, had I, this is a responsive site, so it sort of shrinks back and forth to your to your uh, to your template size. I'm trying to get a, yeah, see, we can see how that gets bigger and smaller because it's a responsive website. So that's going to look good on cell phones. Okay, so there the image gallery comes up next after the video, and here you have the description that we entered, the map, the reviews, if anyone left any reviews, and related articles. Had we input a video, we could also have a video tab here as well. If you recall where I was mentioning that there was a place to add the YouTube code instead of putting it in the traditional location, which might normally be here, I put it up here a little bit closer to the top image. Now you can just click on any of these images and start scrolling through these. Now I noticed that for some reason the very first image on all of these slideshows was a bit smaller, so you might want to go in and upload a larger version of that initial image. If you were to do that, you would do that. You would just go in here, and you for the main image, you could upload a higher resolution. Just go to your computer and upload the new one, and click save. And once again, here's where you could have added the video here too, and it would have been at the bottom, but I've added the video here. Okay, so let's save and close that. Here is the availability calendar, so it's really easy. I've created some dark out dates for property number 222, and so it's really easy. You just set the start date and the end date of the booking. You can even add a little remark here, and that's only going to be seen by the administrators in the back end. So you might want to put the client's name, whoever did the booking or whatever, for your own reference, or the invoice number or whatever. So as you keep creating these bookings for each property, you'll just list the property number, and as long as that's matching with the calendar that you enter the same property number for the calendar, then those blockout dates will show on those calendars. You don't have to delete them or anything. You just can keep creating new blockout. And I've got the calendar set to show only up to 6 months. You could show more, or you could show only 3 months, or you could show up to 6 months. But that way people can search at least 6 months in advance for blockout dates. If you're doing bookings more than 6 months in advance, then we can easily edit that plugin over here in the plugin manager. There's a little plugin. I think we'd have to type in availability and get to that settings, and here we can click on that, and we can see that we can change the number of months, and there's a little bit of other, the first day of the week could be Monday or Sunday, based on the way you're booking. That might be convenient to switch it if you need to. Okay, so I showed you how to modify an image in your items in your properties. If you wanted to, you could come in here and edit the you could edit the main image here, and then you have the gallery here. So the only way to edit these images from this location is just to go ahead and repack that zip file and re-upload it. But if you just wanted to say, for example, delete an image or add an image, you don't have to go through all that trouble of re-zipping and making that folder. One other notable thing is these images show up in the order alphanumerically, like ABC, like 1, 2, 3, ABC. So if you had a 10, 10 is going to show right behind 1. It's kind of annoying. So what I'll normally do if I don't have too many images is I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. And I'll name them like in the order that I want them to be displayed when I'm zipping that file for the first time. Zipping is definitely the fastest way to upload multiple images, but I'm going to show you how to just edit an image really quick. So you can go to your Simple Image Gallery Pro, and don't forget this step. There, you have site galleries and K2 galleries. All of the properties are on the K2 galleries, and these site galleries are really useless. We're not really using those. There might be some clip art or something in there though, so I'm not deleting them. But so here you have all your properties. It's not divided by 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. They're all just sort of grouped together based on the property number, aka article. So here's our latest one. They are listed in the order that we created them, although you could change that if you wanted to. The you can create a new gallery from here too, and you could assign it to a property, a K2 item. You can since this is a K2 galleries, you need to assign it to a you'll need to assign it to a K2 item. The same wouldn't be true. You could just have regular website galleries like and just create a photo gallery page here if you just wanted a page for photo galleries. This is specifically galleries that are linked to K2 items. So if we wanted to edit that, we'll just click on this. You can click on any of these boxes and the delete button will show up as an option. You can also reorder these and drag. I believe you can just drag, maybe not. I'm not sure how you reorder them. Maybe you have to rename them to reorder them. Okay, so you do have ordering options here in the if you click this little thing, you can get into the settings, which will, if you wanted to reorder by if you didn't like the ordering by name, you might do alphanumeric or default order or random order. So you can experiment with that if you need to. I'm just going to assume it's the way this is the way I usually do it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, how do I close this? Okay, close. All right, so getting back to your K2 galleries, click an image to get into the gallery. And then you can add a title and a description if you wanted to. For example, you could give a little bit more information about the pool, or this pool has a hot tub attached to it, or whatever other additional title. You could just title each one like pool, living room, dining room, master bedroom, whatever, and give it more description if you wanted to. Then you could highlight them and delete them, or you can click add an image, drag and drop it from your computer, or just click here and then add it from your computer and upload it. When you're done adding it, just click when you've dragged them all or you've added them all, don't forget to click start upload, and they'll automatically upload unless there's a problem with the image file itself. And if you do have a problem, I suggest just renaming your image file or saving in a different format and then trying to upload it again. Okay. But generally all your images uploaded smooth for me. I did have a problem with 1 or 2 of your images, and I renamed them as PNG files. Okay, so let me close this. So everything you need is pretty much here, the K2 items, the availability calendar, the simple image gallery pro. There's a lot of other buttons and stuff in here, and more than likely you're not going to be touching much or any of that. But if you do have any questions, just contact me, and I'll be happy to write you a short little tutorial. Oh, one more quick thing is this this little quick booking request. We don't have to use that. I thought it might be like a quick contact form. They can just enter in what they're looking for. They can enter the property number if they've selected one already, and then contact you for a quote. I could put request a quote instead. I can change the wording here, and I can change the wording here. I can add more fields. Actually, I think I'm limited to the amount of fields, but I can change the fields. It doesn't have to be comments. I could ask them how many people are in their party or something like that. And then they click check availability. In reality, that's just going to send you an email and you'll get back to them. So it's really just like a way to contact, capture leads, and make sure you get their contact while they're on your site. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.